78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC, Lions Den Boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. If you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. All right, y'all, let's get right down to the smoke. Congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford. Still #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. He has been my #1 pound-for-pound fighter for about 5 years now, while others tried to move him off. I thought that the only person he had to fight was Errol Spence Jr. I thought Errol Spence Jr. would beat him as well. I had Errol Spence Jr. winning the fight 115-113 or 115-112. I thought the fight would be separated by a knockdown. I thought it would be a close fight, competitive, but separated by a knockdown, and the fight would go in Errol Spence's favor. However, it went totally opposite of that. This was a slaughter. Terrence Crawford looked like a highly trained ninja assassin that was dropped off in front of some high school to beat up a bully or something like that. Like, I don't know what that was. It was a master class for sure. And we're gonna have to have some serious conversations about where Terrence Crawford ranks among the all-time greats, because he just proved that he is the baddest man at 147 in this era. He just proved that. Now, let's get to the fight, man. Let's talk about it. I thought that the first round, let me look at my scorecard here. Hold on a second here. First round, I had Errol Spence winning, or it was an even round. I thought that Errol was the aggressor. He was coming forward. But I saw something in that first round that rubbed me the wrong way, which was Terrence Crawford establishing a very hard jab. His jab looked more effective than Errol's jab, which was weird to me. I'm not used to seeing that. Errol usually out-jabs his opponents. So when I seen Crawford doing that, I said, okay, this might be an issue. Second round, it was revealed there was an issue because you saw Terrence Crawford take away Errol Spence's jab by out-jabbing him, and then he made Errol Spence start to reach. Errol got a little frustrated. He started to reach, and then when he reached in, I think it was like a jab to the body or something like that, Crawford hit him with a counter jab and knocked Errol Spence down. Off a jab now, knocked him down in the second round. So I said, okay, that's it. Here we go. Here we go. Round 3, Terrence Crawford dominated. Round 4, Terrence Crawford dominated. Round 5, Terrence Crawford dominated. Round 6, more domination by Terrence Crawford. Round 7, domination. Round 8, domination. Round 9, stoppage. Now, I skipped some knockdowns in some of them rounds. I just lost track. It was a lot of knockdowns being done. Terrence Crawford kept knocking down Errol Spence. Errol Spence kept getting up, kept coming forward, trying to figure something out. He just couldn't do nothing with Terrence Crawford. Now, there's going to be a lot of speculation as to why this happened. Some people will say Errol Spence stayed at 147 for too long. He should have moved up to 154. Can't really use that excuse because Terrence Crawford called that out like 3 years ago when him and Earl was talking. Crawford said, when I beat you, this was back when Earl said he's going to collect all the belts on his side of the street and then fight Bud. And Crawford said, by that time, when I beat you, they're going to say you stayed at 147 too long. So you don't want to use that excuse now and make Bud out to be a prophet. Some people say it was the inactivity by Errol Spence. They'll say, well, Earl, he was off for a year and a half and this and that and blah, 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 right? But you got to remember, Earl could have fought somebody else to stay busy. Could have fought Keith Thurman. He chose to wait on Terrence Crawford, even though Terrence Crawford chose to fight David Avenetian, and everybody made fun of him for fighting David Avenetian. He stayed busy. He kept himself active, kept himself sharp, kept himself busy. And Earl didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? He had time to heal his body and everything like that. But, being in that ring, he just wasn't shape. He wasn't sharp, I should say. So you can use that as an excuse, I guess. But I'm going to tell you the real reason why I believe Errol Spence Jr. was dominated by Terrence Crawford tonight. And that's because I believe Terrence Crawford is the best fighter of this era. As good as we know Errol Spence to be, all right? as good as we know he is, we see Errol Spence dominate fighters, totally outclass them, outwork them with his work rate. You know what I'm saying? None of his punches were able to hurt Terence Crawford. He wasn't able to get out of the way of any of Terence Crawford's counter punches. He wasn't able to get out of the way of any of Terence Crawford's lead punches. Everything Crawford wanted to hit EJ with, he was able to hit him with. And he was just that much faster, that much stronger, that much more explosive, that much more powerful than Errol Spence. It just total annihilation, you know what I'm saying? And Earl had no answers for what was happening. I think he was confused. I think the corner was confused. I think Derrick James was confused as well because he never seen EJ look like that before, where he couldn't react to nothing. Right, his timing was off. Like Bud was just that much faster. You know what I'm saying? But Errol Spence, to his credit, Earl hasn't made no excuses. Earl said, "Look, man, the better man won tonight." He said, "You know, he want a rematch in December. He got to figure out if the rematch is going to be at 147 or 154. Crawford might want the rematch to be at 147 again, but Earl is going to want the rematch at 154. I can tell you that right now. So that remains to be seen. You know what I'm saying? That remains to be seen what's going to happen with that situation. But I think Terence Crawford most definitely proved tonight why he's pound for pound number one. And like I said before, I don't want to hear nothing about Monster Inoue. All these people hyping up this dude. Inoue's a great fighter and all that stuff. That's cool. But the winner of this fight was going to be number one pound for pound. And Terence Crawford just showed you why he should have never been in danger of losing his pound for pound status ever. Okay? Because if he can do that to Errol Spence Jr., then there's nobody seeing this dude. And then I'm going to tell you something else. Now, I said this a few months back. I said that if Terence Crawford come out here and dog walk Errol Spence, I'm picking him to beat Jermell Charlo. I told y'all that. And everybody said, nah, man, he too little for Charlo. Look, man, that's a myth. The Terence Crawford too little stuff is a myth. The man has knocked out every welterweight he's fought with that kind of punching power. The way he was putting EJ down with jabs and stuff like that and just moving EJ just bullying him all over the ring like that. He was stronger in the clinch, everything. The way, if he can do that to EJ, and EJ regularly beats up Jermell Charlo in sparring, then I know Terence Crawford can beat Jermell Charlo. So that's why Terence Crawford remains my number one pound for pound fighter. Let me see who I got on my pound for pound list still on my thing here. I got to move some people around, but it's still basically the same people. Terence Crawford, number one. Jermell Charlo, number two. Errol Spence was number three. Devin Haney was number four. Shakur Stevenson was five. Tank was six. Cool Boy was seven. Maul was up there for sympathy. He was eight. Demetrius Andrade was nine. And 10 was Jerron Boots Ennis. So I'm going to have to move some stuff around here. Cool Boy going to have to move around a little bit. Maul going to have to move around, especially after he got slapped by Caleb Plant and didn't do nothing. Yeah, Maul is no longer welcome on my pound for pound list. After that slap, I'm going to have to do something with him. So if y'all got any ideas of who should be on the pound for pound list on mine, let me know in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't going to be no Monster Inoue. Just know that. You might as well forget about it. He ain't never going to make my pound for pound list no matter what he do. Unless he move up. Well, I'll take that back. If he move up and beat Gervonta Tank Davis, then maybe, I can find some room for him. Maybe. Just maybe. But anyway, yeah, man, keep your head up, Earl. You're still man down. Still the big fish. You know what I'm saying? But, just better man won tonight. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So Earl got to go back to the drawing board and figure out a few things. He got to get his timing back. You know what I mean? He's going to have to be locked and loaded, totally focused on Terence Crawford. He got to watch that fight religiously and see all. Earl has to learn Terence Crawford the way Terence Crawford learned him. Terence Crawford was ready to beat Errol Spence 2 or 3 years ago. I'm convinced. As easy as he won this fight tells me that he knew Earl Spence's style. He studied it, and he was ready for it. He was confident. He was ready for it. Okay. I don't think EJ took time to learn Terrence Crawford's style. I think he went in trying to be himself and do what he normally do to everybody else, and he thought that was going to be enough, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is this: the reason why Earl Spence lost to Terrence Crawford was because Terrence Crawford is the better fighter. And Terrence Crawford is the best fighter of this era. You know what I'm saying? Out of the 147 pounders, he's just an amazing fighter. But like I said, we're gonna have some more conversations about this because we need to figure out where Terrence Crawford ranks amongst the all-time welterweights. 78 Sports TV, salute to the mighty LDBC. I'm about to hit up Deuces.